Welcome to the Smart Talks, Marina. Thank you for being with us today. And as Marina is a teacher by profession, and she is a healer and into the counseling also. So, Marina, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And on behalf of Smart Talks, I welcome all the participants also in our session today. Thank you very much for being with us. So, as you know, that the topic for the day is pranic healing, a positive source of energy which can be used for our healing various challenges in our life, various challenges in our body, and more. So, what more can be done? So, we will know more about this from Marina. So, Marina,
Yeah.
before coming to you, I would like to know how you became a healer. What was your journey?
Okay. Namaste and divine souls. Thanks for coming and joining this. Let me tell you how I became a healer. Okay. Uh, Pranic healing was there earlier. I know pranic healing was there. The founder of this is Master Choa Kokchi. But I came to know pranic healing through my elder sister. My elder sister she's done her pranic healing and she was into it all this while. Oh, okay, all of us are teachers, all girls are teachers here at home. And so what
Okay.
happened is that we were teaching and we found that the children are lagging in their studies due to different reasons. So
Uh-huh.
it was like children need some support in some places. We don't know where it is exactly. So we started picking them and finding the fault from the base, that is from the family. So that is the reason
Hmm.
we're not able to learn. So we thought we have to do something for the children. As a teacher, we have to do something for them to come up in life. So in that case, what we did is we learned this. So as sister introduced, my elder sister Tensi, I think most of them must be knowing her. She's also a pranic healer, and she introduced this pranic healing for us, all girls, and all of us learned it. And we introduced this healing for our children. Just as slightly a changes was seen, but the real changes should have happened with the parents. So it was like that we started with it. So we could help the children in all the ways, like psychologically and physically. They were physically also ill. They had problems physically also. So what happened there is this ailments or physical ailments or the not needed to come to school or not needed to study, they are not happy studying, all this were there inside them. So what happened is we started finding the reasons for it. So everything was in the mind of the person. So the child was feeling everything in their mind, that is they were feeling, that's a feeling, emotions. So we thought we have to deal with that emotions of the children. So in that case we started with the healing. That is how I learned healing, and that is how I got into it. And yeah, it was like I had to do it for the sake of children. Slowly, this had to not stop it with it. I could not stop with this healing the children alone. So it was like, again, parents are into problem, or might be there are certain things problems at home, like a financial problem, or
So, yeah, Marina. So, what
yeah,
I understand, you started this pranic healing when you saw your sister, and first time you came to know about this from your sister,
sister, yeah,
and that attracted you. And then
yeah,
at the same time, you have seen some of the work of the pranic healing on, especially with the kids, and you have seen some results. Then you attracted towards it and started this journey.
yes, I
And
got
you
into it.
didn't stop there, and you have seen lot of other impact in the life of people. Then
Yes,
this is how you keep doing this, practicing this, and
yes,
now almost fully into the pranic healing.
into it. Yeah,
Okay.
I've quit my job and I'm completely into healing and counseling.
Wow, great, great.
So
So now I understand from where you are coming and what you have seen.
yeah,
So the second thing comes to into mind, that is what exactly this pranic healing is all about,
uh,
because we hear so much about this pranic healing.
yeah,
Healing, I and if I if I will see from the words perspective, pranic is, I feel it is coming from the pran
Prana.
vayu,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
something
Energy.
like
Yeah.
that.
Yes. Yes.
And then healing is something which helps you to cure,
Cure.
uh,
Exactly.
right?
Yes.
Yeah, through this, through the some modalities which is existing in this pran vayu or in the pran. So this is the
Prana. Yeah.
combination of that model. So
Yes.
so
Clear
help
to
me
it.
to understand little more. What is this pranic healing is all about?
Okay. To start with it, I'll tell you. It is a ancient technique of healing the physical or psychological problems, issues, whatever it is. So it is.
Okay.
Again, when it is ancient technique of healing, at that time also, even in the ancient time also, people had problems, and the problems were uh, like it was again about the mind setup, the mind, how it works on, what are the emotions, what is there for a person. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so what happens here is the person, it is physically, the physical ailments, most of them are physically, even today I'm telling. Now again,
Mm.
we have COVID and other things happening. So all this is again to the mind, the person's thoughts, their emotions, all these things. So it is always we can heal a person um, through positive energy. There, that is what the positive energy curing with the positive energy. Now what it is we have to heal a person physically for the ailment. Okay, we go to the doctor, we can take, okay, if you have a fever, you go to the doctor, take a paracetamol, finish, that's over there. So why the fever came, how the fever came, it is all in that invisible body. There's a something called invisible body. So this invisible body should be healed, should be taken care of, so the physical body will be fit and fine. So again, this invisible body is the thing which we are really feeling into problem, where we have to do a healing, complete thorough healing, that from the root it has to be taken, not just cure the outward peripherally, just cleaning out or helping the person peripherally, but it has to go deep into the invisible body of a person. So everything is got an invisible part of it.
Okay.
So yeah,
So what you are saying is, there everything starts from our mind,
mind,
and
thought.
mind, thoughts, and
Yeah,
this whole model is focused more on the towards that challenges with respect to the thoughts, with respect to the emotions, and then we work on those and overcome with this model of healing, right?
healing. Yes,
And you also talked about the invisible body,
body.
right?
Yeah, yeah,
So I know there is a physical body, there is a subtle body.
yeah,
ओके
yeah.
सो और हिंदी में अगर हम बात करें तो उसको बोलते हैं स्थूल और स्थूल बॉडी और कुछ और शब्द भी है मेरे को याद नहीं आ रहा क्या है हिंदी में तो एनीवे सो एक्चुअली सो व्हाट इज दिस द सेम what do you mean by invisible body? So I just need to understand that when you are saying invisible body, what should I
Yeah.
understand from
Okay,
this
invisible
invisible
body.
body?
Yeah, invisible body. So I can just start from the beginning in through the science. Let us look in every atom. Every atom has got a energy. Okay, it's got a energy field. So same as we
Mhm.
also have an energy field around us. So which is not seen, but it is something just 5 inches away from us. This is an invisible body. So this invisible body gets contaminated when we go to different places where there is a lot of negativity. Like in example, if I say शमशान में जाएंगे तो वहां तो पूरा invisible that is negativity है, वो भी नहीं कह
Mhm.
सकते. We can't tell it is fully positive also. दोनों भी है, both is there. You get into a wedding, you can't just tell it is a wedding and it's going to be fully positive. No, there also we find there are people feeling jealous. All this will be attracted to the invisible body which is around us, the energy field around us. उसमें all that get ग्रहण करके उसके साथ what happens, the person will be um, contaminated. That is that the invisible body. Now example, if this white dress has been worn and it gets rubbed on some dirty, the dirty will be on this. So same as the dirty contaminated things will be on the invisible body of ourselves. This invisible body is called as the aura. This is called as an
Mhm.
aura. So this aura is something which we have to cleanse and get it energized so that it becomes negative becomes positive.
Okay. So
So that
when we are talking about the pranic healing, when we say invisible body, it means my own energy field around me, or the my aura
yeah,
is something and should be understood as a invisible body,
invisible body.
right?
Yeah,
Okay.
that is invisible
Okay.
body, and this invisible body is getting contaminated. So that contamination, the dirtiness, whatever is there in the invisible body, slowly by and by, it gets into the physical body. This
Hmm.
contamination, that is the thought forms, the emotions, whatever is there, that is what is getting attracted to us. When we look into a film, when we view a movie, we will first look into if the movie has got something sad, we are going to cry with that. Naturally, man mein dukh hota hai, and we start crying for this. Or it is
Right.
really going to be happy. You watch in Charlie Chaplin's movie, you just burst out and laugh. So you're fully energetic. So these are the things what has been attracted to us, to a person's invisible body, which will again get into the physical body, and that's why we start crying and we start getting all the types of emotions, whatever it is. So this invisible body must be cleansed. So
Hmm.
that is
Okay.
how, yeah,
Great. Great. This is beautifully explained, and now it is clear what exactly this pranic healing is all about, and
okay,
how exactly it heals, and where is the contamination happens and how it
yeah,
happens. So the
yeah,
flow looks like good, and I'm able to absorb everything what we have shared till
okay,
now. So
okay.
now the next question which is coming to my mind is, we are talking about the energy, and the energy you talked about the positive energy and the negative energy and the contamination. So can you put a little more light around these words, or to so that we can understand better when
Better.
you are saying positive energy, what
Hmm,
exactly is
hmm,
this is
hmm.
negative energy, how it impacts our aura, or
Yeah.
how what exactly contamination happens and how it impacts. So it will be easy to take it up to the next level of understanding.
Okay. 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 Now, our contamination, that is what is whatever the contamination we have it on our body, that is the negative feelings, whatever we get it. This can be expelled out of the body, or it can be thrown out of the body by doing a lot of physical exercise. Might be, I don't know, knowingly or unknowingly, the schools are moving on with the physical exercise for the children in the beginning of the session of the school. There's something called as physical exercise, and then assembly and all those going on. So probably, I don't know if it is knowingly or unknowingly it is happening, but that is the best thing, because physically when we move on, the body is moved, the whole body has got a rotation, each part of the body is getting rotated or moved. Naturally, if there is any negativity in that part of the body, it goes off. Now if I can go to deeper onto this, if a person is in any villages, I can tell that part of the thing, because here in the cities I don't know it can happen. But if it is in the village, if a person has got a light fever, he goes to his field and try to take a spade and start digging. So the body movement happens. So in through that one, they can come to know that the mm, the half of the negativity, or whatever the ailment is there, it gets cured actually. I don't know if you got what I said. The physical
Yes.
movement of a person, if it has been continuously done, regularly done in a proper way, the whole body system, then the negativity moves on, it goes away. And the next thing what we can do is the breathing exercise, pranayama. Doing pranayama also makes a person's breathing techniques, the whole body, the blood circulations, all this gets very clear doing pranayama or the deep breathing. So that is another one. There are people who can also take up this vibration to certain level by doing some chantings of mantras or reciting of the prayers. Might be certain time you have to take a limited time for that to just do only sit for the prayer and start raising up their vibrations. So these are the things we can do. Again, then there are pujas and all those things happening, like the spiritual practices, so the people can again get the vibration. So all these type of things can remove the negativity from a person's physical body and the emotional body. And then again, you again, if you have to bring up the vibrations much more, a hug of a person, a hug of a loved one can surely bring up the positive energy. So these are the things which we can do it. There is a list of things which I have told can do it, and try to get the immune system boosted up. Mindset can be cleared. All these things can happen when we do these type of things to bring up our auras, to make it stronger, and to be relieved from most of the ailments. Not most of the ailments, all the ailments, by doing these type of things. Then, or meet some positive people. Now, if I tell, we have so many gurus and other people, masters in this place. Now, we or some priests or somebody whom we can meet and get the people, um, get the vibration into that level. So this is how it is. This is how you can raise the vibration of a person. So next is how we do it.
Uh, yes, yes.
Tell me,
We,
tell me, tell me.
so you talked about the various ways how we can raise the positive
Vibration. Yeah,
vibration or positive energy, and at the end of the day, it will help us to reduce the negativity around
negativity.
us.
Yeah,
And when we are talking about the healing,
yeah.
right? So the purpose of the healing is to remove the one way is I can boost my positive
Self.
and I can do self by
Mm.
raising my positive energy. Second way is as a healer or through the healing techniques,
Techniques.
we also help to remove the contamination or the negativity by boosting, adding some more ways which can help to boost the positive energy. At the same time, one can do it self also. So
Yes.
now the question is how we do this healing.
How we do the healing. Okay. First of all, let me tell you, we are removing the negativity of a person, negative energies of a person, and replacing it with or projecting it with the positive energy. Okay. Though we do itself, doing all this exercise and other things, still the body will have certain parts, will be having that certain energy centers are there. In those energy centers, there will be some contamination fixed. It will be stuck up, so that should be
Uh,
removed. That should be removed.
what are the energy centers? What do you mean by energy centers?
Okay, energy centers. So our body must grasp in certain energies from the
Mhm.
cosmic, from the around, from the surroundings. We have to remove it, take it on. So that cannot
Okay.
happen naturally. Instead, we are doing it by ourselves. That the
Mhm.
healer is doing for the person. So how he does is he can use some crystals. There are crystals for this to remove the negative energy from each chakras. So these chakras are like example. If I tell you this is the crown, this is the head, so this is the crown. So we call it as the crown chakra or the Sahasra chakra. We call it,
Mhm.
and we have an energy center here that is between the eyes. This is the third eye chakra or the Agni chakra. So like this, we have different chakras. Even we have a chakra here. So this chakras will be having some contaminations which will be removed either from the hand or with the crystals. We can remove it. We will remove it and put in back the positive energy or the divine energy. That is again, for that also we have crystals to hold it and then remove it and then fix in back the positive energy, in that positive or the divine energy, to these centers. So these chakras are the, each chakra has got its own specifications or significance, so that which chakra is contaminated, that chakras, whatever significance is there, that is how it is going to, the person is going to get the ailment. Now example, if I tell you the Manipura chakra, which is between the ribs. Okay, this Manipura chakra gets contaminated and the person will be feeling emotionally sick, and he might absorb all type of negativity, his insecurity. All this will be absorbed by the Manipura chakra and it gets stuck off, and the person falls into asthmatic, bronchitis, or any ailments between the chest area. So this is how we
Mhm.
find it out. Okay, this person has got this ailment through, because this chakra has been contaminated. So we have to remove all the negativity from the that chakra, that is Manipura chakra, and then put on or project in the positive energy, or there are colors also to be fixed in this to put in the positive energy for this for the person. So like this, while doing for everything, even financially, if the person is sick, there is one chakra for that also, where that has been contaminated and the thought forms are different, and that chakra should be cleansed, and then the person becomes financially sound, or he does his business well. These are the things. For every chakra is got a significance for its own characters to fix in and to fit in the proper way of colors or the different positive energies or the divine energy for those chakras. So that is how a chakra will be formed. So we have 7 chakras. That is Sahasra. I told you Sahasra, Agnya, Vishuddhi, Manipura, Anahata. We have it. A heart chakra is Anahata. We have it back heart and the front heart. Then you have sacral chakra and the Mooladhara chakra. So we have 7 chakras which is in the line, and these chakras should be aligned properly to getting the positive energy to your Sahasra, and then getting it aligned properly, and then the person becomes perfect without any ailments, without any problems with the relationship, without any problem in their financial issues. All these things will be rectified.
Okay. Looks like it's a miracle kind of a thing, because I see we as a human being,
Yeah.
we have every day we face lot of challenges, be it in a business, be it in a
Yes.
profession, be it in
Yes.
a job
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
relationship or
Yes.
body or socially. There can be a number of things,
Yes.
right?
Yes. Yes.
And when you are talking about when if we can align these chakras and work on our through this pranic healing, there can be a situation and person can overcome these challenges of life, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Exactly.
right. So I would like to know one example where we can say that if we have worked on something, and based on that working, we have seen some improvement. So would you like to share one example similar to this, so that we can connect what you have shared with the real life example?
Uh, you mean you want a testimony for this?
No,
Or
I'm not
no,
asking.
no,
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 I'm
no.
asking.
I didn't get your question.
I'm asking. Can you share one example
Mm.
from your experience
Mm.
where we have worked on these one or two or all the chakras,
Okay.
or our healing technique,
Okay.
and we have seen some improvement in the challenges, overcoming the challenges?
Yeah. 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 So again, uh, how I have done it, right? Yeah.
Right, right,
So it is like I had a student who was suffering from ailment. See, this is not a big thing. What happened? This is lightest and the smallest thing example I'm giving. There are so many other things
right,
happening. So let me give a
right,
small example. I that student was having an ailment, and I whenever the child never knew that I'm a pranic healer. She never knew that I'm a healer, or she never knew anything. But she always was lingering on me. She was always with me, hugging, and walking on. So I too didn't know why it is, but I know very well the child is sick, and she always cries, and that is why the child has been shifted to different places because of her cry, because of her ailments. This child hugs me and sit always, and I do naturally hug a child when it comes. We just hug them and sit with her. So this hugging kept on moving for certain days, and the child was actually suffering for a mild benign cancer, not a malignant. It was a benign cancer, and the child was supposed to go for an operation. It was told that let us do an operation and also and so going on. And later it became that after I think 3 months, 3 or 4 months, it was the same thing. The child was hanging on and sitting, and then slowly the child stopped crying. She doesn't have cry. She's okay. She doesn't have a stomach pain. She's got nothing more to say anything. And she went for a checkup again. And when she went for a checkup, it was like the child is already to a level of curing the disease completely. The child's disease has been cured. And then they went for a re-checkup thinking that might be some mistake has happened because they already diagnosed the child has got a problem. And it is not a, since it is not a cancerous, it is not much more malignant. So they were just let loose. The parents also let loose. And since they are very poor at it to do an operation, but I was doing a healing just for my practice sake. I was just practicing it because I know the child is sick. The child doesn't know that I am a healer, but I was practicing, but same time hugging on and moving on with the child. By and by 3 4 months, the child is completely cured of this disease. And then when she went, it was very fine. The doctor said she need not have a operation at all. This made me a challenge. Take it as a challenge that I have to do a healing for people around more and more. So to come back again with this matter, I had a client who was suffering from a lot of complicated disease, completely complicated. I don't know if the person is in this. I'm not sure if the person is in the group. If it is there, I think it will be nice if you can give a thumbs up for that. So it was like he was suffering for too many diseases, and it was one fine day that he called me and told Marina, I have these problems. Why don't you do something for me? Because I already announced it. Because since this child's matter came, I announced it, but I can do a healing. So I told him there is. So he had he had some issues with his leg, which he can't move. He could not use his right hand. He could not start his car. All these things was happening. So I'm not ready to tell that person's name. I don't know if they will it. They will come up if they are there. So he was not ready to start his car. All this was happening, and I did a continuous healing for the person. And I think after sometimes he sent me a video of his leg, telling that this is my leg moving. I can move my leg completely. And he did it, and he showed. And he had a node here on his hand, which he could not operate his car also. So he just told, yes, I can use my car now. I can start my car. I can drive my car. My legs are moving. And he gave me the video of all this movement of his leg, because he was completely in the bed person. So this made me feel more confident that healing works completely. It's so much to do with it. See, whatever it is, at the end of the day, the person's mindset must change. If the mindset is changed, the person will immediately get cured with whatever ailment they have. Of course, it comes and goes. Mindset, it's flickering always. Monkey mind, it gets flickers always. So we have to, every time it comes into a negative, we have to change into positive, and the person will be all right, or he'll be cured very soon. So I don't know. I had sent the link to everybody. If the person is ready, then fine. If the
No,
person, yeah,
no. The point is not about uh, we we should listen from someone who has experienced this. That is
yeah,
not the point.
yeah,
I just wanted to know wanted to know with this so that we can understand it better what you are saying and what you
yeah,
have experienced. So it's like there are a lot of things we talk about, right?
yeah,
And if we practice as a practitioner, so
yeah,
we see a lot of results when we do things on
yes,
the ground.
yes, yes, yes,
So this is what when you shared something, I just wanted to connect with the real time
real
experience.
time,
So
yeah,
and this is what we are able to see now, that pranic healing is a complete model which we understand, and there are
yes,
different ways, I am sure. So my another question will be like this: so is there only one way of doing pranic healing, or there are different ways of doing pranic healing?
yeah. Different
Or
methods are like, yeah, I told no that we can use it with the hands. With we can use different colors, with different colors,
okay.
with the music. There are
Mm-hmm.
different music sounds of each instrument, which will be
Mm-hmm.
suiting each chakras with the music.
Mm-hmm.
Then
Mm-hmm.
with the crystals. So with the crystals and the hands is something which we learn in pranic healing, and color also, of course, color. But
Okay.
music is something which I looked in and found which music will suit what type of an ailment, what type of
Mm-hmm.
an. So this is, see, when once you learn this, you will start exploring in this more and more by googling, by looking into the other modalities, finding things. So when we look into that, we can also find that through music also there are so many healings happening. So if it is
Right,
for,
right.
yeah,
This is interesting. This is interesting to know that you use music as one of the way of doing pranic healing.
Yes.
So can you share one sort of example, like I don't know how you differentiate the different music. For
Yeah.
example, there is a light music or the uh,
Okay. Got it.
rock and roll kind of a music.
Yes.
How
Yes.
you use that
Ah.
and how it makes a difference.
Okay. I can tell you that is a really interesting part. So music, see, there are certain music which is very soft, like might be saxophones, very soft ones, saxophones, or it can be flute, which will be
Hmm.
always suiting your upper chakras as your anahata or the manipura. It suits those
Okay.
parts. So if it is some drums, the jazz, so such music can go for the lower chakras, for the Muladhara chakra and all to be really get cleared and really get expanded. The drums will really work good. So this is how I have found out. I don't know if there is something like this, but this is how I found out things. So for the upper chakras, it is always a soft and the very stringed instruments will work on stringed or the blowing, the wind. Such music goes on for the upper chakras, and for the lower chakra it is always the drums, the band, the jazz. Such music will go on for the lower chakras. So this is my findings, this is how I did it, explored. Might be there is
Right.
something of,
Right.
yeah.
That's beautifully explained again. But there is one more curiosity is coming to my mind. Is there any linkages between upper chakras and lower chakras with respect to the something? For example, one lower chakra works on the body, how we see, how we experience, how we see things, and upper chakra is something works with the uh, invisible body experiences. Is there anything like that?
uh, the upper chakra normally, okay, upper chakra to certain limit, what happens is it's all divinity. It's all
Hmm.
coming from the naturally when the sahasra or the crown chakra, it's opened for the divinity. So naturally
Mm.
that gets all divine, so all that comes into till anahata, it comes to the
Mm.
divinity. And I don't say the lower chakras are negativity, I will not say that also, but there are contamination happening very soon at the lower chakras. Contamination happens very soon at the lower chakras, whereas the upper chakras will be might be very much cleared. So
Right.
yeah, this is not
So
something which we learn it, but this is something we find it.
right. When you shared about this drums and soft music, so then I am able to connect that maybe because the lower chakras, if there is any improvement happens with respect to any lower chakra, so you can see some improvement in your physical body. I don't
Physical.
know. Just again, my guess based on what I am hearing from you. And the upper chakras, maybe what you rightly said, the invisible body or the uh, divine connection with the divine or the universe. So it is something invisible. So
Mm.
maybe that this is the one clue which I am able to connect after
Okay.
hearing you, after listening you.
Okay.
Okay, so so now we can open our session for our participants. They can ask questions to you. So if you, so I would request our participants, if they have any question with you, they can ask. And please request, because normally what happens whenever questions, we forget the questions come, so we forget the question what is to be asked. We started sharing uh, our thoughts. So please stick to the format. Please ask your question. She will respond back to with her reply.
Yeah.
So you can unmute yourself and can ask question. Thank you.
Good morning, ma'am.
Yeah. Good morning.
I'm Rivin, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Please.
just to know about this, since you spoke about this positive energy and this negative energy, no, ma'am.
Yeah.
Just a query comes in: is that when the positive energy is too high, will that affect a person in any way, ma'am? Since you're giving a positive energy to a person. If the ailment comes, you said because of negative energy. Now my question is, will the
Yeah.
positive energy in excess will affect a person?
Yeah, surely. Very good question. I liked it. Wonderful question. See, you can't project a energy, positive energy. Though it is positive energy, you can't project a positive energy to an old person, because the energy level of that person will be only to certain limit. Only so much of positive energy should be passed to that person, because excess of positive energy will hurt the person, will harm the person. So we can't give like projecting. When you're self getting, it is not a problem. You're self getting positive energy, it is not a problem. And surely the old people cannot get self, they can't get in, what to say, we can't grab in lot of positive energy for the old people. But when we project it, we can't project excess energy. That will again what to say, breaks down or make the condition very serious for a person. So you can't give a projector excess energy. There is a limitation for this, there is a count for this. So that count only should happen. So that count, we have a count of it, a certain breathing technique.
Okay.
So what I understand, there should be a limited, or there is a process for doing healing, and we cannot go beyond a certain limit, particularly with the old or with the kids, or someone who is not, whose body is fragile, or at the stage where they cannot absorb too much of the process. Hello.
Some network issue.
Hello.
I
got,
am.
got stuck. Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, I got stuck somewhere, I think.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes. So yes. No problem. So
was Vivek convinced?
Yeah. Now,
oh,
Sir Vivek sir asked a question to you, ma'am.
Oh, I didn't hear. Sir, please, once again.
no, basically what I said, what I understand from the response, that there is a certain level of healing we have to do. We cannot give more treatment or more energy to anyone who is. Are you able to hear me?
Yeah. Tell me, sir.
Okay. So, what I was just sharing my understanding, what you have responded back to the participant, that what I understand, there is a certain level of energy which we can give to during the treatment, or when we are curing anyone from the ailments. It cannot be excess. Particularly, we have to take care with respect to the people who are old, people, kids, or something, or some other challenges.
I missed out a part of the question, I suppose.
Please,
I understood that. I understood that we can't give the excess energy for a person. That part I understood. That is what I heard. Then what happened? I didn't get you.
It's okay. It's okay for now. You can close your video, Marina.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think.
Then your audio will be okay.
Yeah, more clear. Yeah. Yes,
yeah,
sir.
Great.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, we will go back to the next audience. If there is any question from the participant, please ask.
Good morning, ma'am.
Yeah, good morning,
everybody. Ma'am, this is Shija here from Kerala.
Okay.
Ma'am, my question is, see, as a patient, okay, I'm a patient.
Okay.
And while doing healing, okay, what are the things I have to follow? Say, is there certain things I have to?
Yes.
Can you please?
Yes. First thing is that you should be receptive. Very much receptive for the healing energy. The energy should be taken, drawn by you. That is, you should be receptive. You should be aware that the healing is happening and the energy is being passed. First thing. And then second thing is that you should have already done a physical exercise for your body to be a little more flexible. Your body must be flexible, and only then the energy can get into you. Okay. And then drinking a lot of water. Even the water, drinking of water also makes you to absorb the energy. These are the things what the patient has to do when a healer is healing.
Okay.
You're convinced?
Okay. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so drinking, one should drink a lot of water. One should do some physical exercise because it will help to remove the blockages or bring more flexibility to channelize the energy. These are the two main things one should do.
Exactly.
Okay, great point. Is there any other question?
Yes, ma'am. And once again, one more question I have, ma'am.
My dear friend, my request to you, please open your video. It will be great.
Okay.
Whosoever is asking question, please. Great.
Yes,
thank you very much.
Thank you. I'm Ravin from Bangalore. Once again, good morning to all. My thing is now second question which I have is, see, since you spoke about this pranic healing, no ma'am, about healing the soul or the aura.
Yeah.
But the thing is now there are different type of ailment called physical ailment, spiritual ailment, psychological ailments.
Yeah.
Now this pranic healing, how come it is connected to all the ailments? Now, for example, if I have a physical ailment, I go to a doctor.
Yeah.
He heals me, he gives me a paracetamol tablet, as you said. Now the physical ailment is gone.
Yeah.
Now, how come you said that your pranic healing goes too deep? Means not treating the symptoms alone, it treats the problem itself.
Yes.
How come this pranic healing goes around all these ailments? How cures all these ailments? That alone little.
See, yes, Ms. Riven, I got your question. It's fine. Again, the same answer is the same thing. Your physical ailment is happening because of your energy center, your contamination of your what to say, aura and your chakras. These contamination is what is happening for your physical ailment. So you take a paracetamol and you're getting cured. But what about again this contamination is there on your aura? Again you're getting it. You're re-attacked again. So again you have to cleanse this aura and your chakras. Then you will not get it. And second thing is that you have to do a physical exercise. I told you self-healing is that you're doing your physical exercise or you're chanting, all the possible things, whatever I told can be done, deep breathing, all these things can be done so that you will not get the ailments. Ailment is due to your mindset, your emotions, your aura. So that is why you're attracting the ailment. But I told you, once the aura is been contaminated, slowly it gets into the energy centers. The contamination or the dirty energy enters, negativity enters your physical, and that is how you're getting an ailment. So once you're cleansed with your auras, with your to bring about your vibrations, you're not going to get ailments. Are you convinced?
Yeah, ma'am. One physical, I would like to give one practical example. With that, you can explain.
Please.
That would help.
Yeah. Please.
One, for example, I am unknowingly I cut my finger with a knife. Now, whether the aura is affected or my physical body is affected, or both are affected, or
both are actually both are affected. You cut your finger, yani ki you did not cut it purposely. It happened accidentally. Okay? So when it is happening accidentally, that means your mindset is already into some confusion which that hand had to cut it. Yeah.
Okay.
So what happened there? Your aura also is being disturbed. Your chakra also is being disturbed. Even your physical also is being checked. Your mind is also stuck. Your mind also is getting disturbed. Okay. Or there is negativity in that. You have a problem with your management, or you have a problem with your friends or somebody. This is there. Your emotion is happening inside your body, inside your mind. It's happening. When it is happening in your mind, that means it's already affected your aura, which is deep into it. When it enters, it gets hurt into the physical.
Super. Excellent explanation. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Great question and a great response, I would say, and beautifully explained. And the one example which I can remember, there is a rotten egg inside your room. So what you are so physical treatment is like you are spraying perfume or room spray, room spray.
Yeah.
then this is the treatment. And when you come back to the healing process, this is something works with the rotten egg, and either it will take away that rotten egg from the room, or will make it a healthy, good eatable egg. So
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
how I understand and connected with this all the
Yeah.
healing process.
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
And so, if there is any question, last question, please let us know. Otherwise, we will move at. Okay, looks like there is no more question. Thank you very much for your wonderful questions, and even I was amazed with these questions, and uh, it was thought-provoking and igniting questions. Thank you very much. So,
Yes.
last message, what would you like to share with our participant and listeners, how they can implement any small thing in their life which can make a change or bring a change in their life? Would you like
Yeah.
to share something?
Yeah. Sure. First thing I want to tell is, it is always nice for a person to learn pranic healing. Okay, this is the first thing I want to tell. Learn pranic healing. Every family, every institution should have a pranic healer. This is my view, my idea, because this is a wonderful thing. If all that doesn't happen, if it's not going to happen, that at least try to get in, try to do some chanting, physical exercise, breathing exercise in your daily day routine, like as you brush your teeth every day. Do it regularly and religiously. That will be wonderful. If that is not the thing, then learn pranic healing. It's awesome, wonderful. You love the thing, and you will do a lot of service of this.
Great. So I think whosoever will listen us or will see this our recording or videos later on, or existing participants, they must implement something out of this session. It may be the physical exercise, it may be the meditation, it may be any healing technique, or the pranic healing particularly, or something, whatever they are comfortable with, whatever they would love to do. I think that's a great thing. If we can implement, it will make a lot of change, lot of transformation in our life, be it at a physical level, be it at an invisible level. So wherever it is, that is going to make a lot of impact. That I am sure also. Thank you
Yes.
very much, Marina, for being with us today. It was wonderful, wonderful talking to you. Have a great day. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
all the
Thank you.
participants. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It was good. Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much.